Hi, this is Tim with the Gilson Home Group. Today we're going to give you a little bit of insight into those things that you should be investigating during what we traditionally call the inspection period, but we like to refer to as the due diligence period. In previous videos, we've talked about the importance of taking a look at all the school's information, taking a look at a variety of features about the neighborhoods that you're going to be looking at. In this video, what we're going to talk about a little bit more is what we collectively refer to as the due diligence period. The things that we're going to talk about now are those things that are related not specifically to the structure. One of the most important things is to know what's the history of this building. And you can find out information by contacting your insurance agent to get a report called a clue report. That's a loss history. So if, for example, there were flooding where there was an insurance claim or a fire claim that had happened in this house, you should know about that. The other place that you can get information is simply by Googling the address. You can look at history of the property to see if that has ever been in the news. If there had been significant happy events or significant not happy events, you may find that just by doing a history by searching that address online. The other things that you're going to be doing, because you've already investigated all of your schools prior to writing the offer, you're going to look around and see what's happening in the neighborhood. By that I mean drive through the neighborhood or walk through the neighborhood at various times of the day or night. You're going to find things out about who's coming and going, what the activities are that is happening in the neighborhood during odd hours that you might not necessarily have seen at the time you looked at the property. You certainly don't want to get into a situation where there's a Jimi Hendrix wannabe next door who only plays at 6 p.m. for 3 hours straight. You're going to find those kind of things out by visiting the neighborhoods at different times. You'll learn about traffic that's in the neighborhood, whether there's a lot of different types of traffic that are happening at certain times. You want to have your eyes open to that. The other place that you're going to dig for information during your due diligence period is with the local security authorities, the police department. You can call them, and believe me, police departments, they love to talk. So you can say, what kind of activities have there been in this neighborhood? Anything that I should be aware of? You can also check public record databases to see if there are sex offenders or anything like that that you'd want to be aware of if you happen to move into the neighborhood. You're also going to want to contact the local municipality. You're going to check with the building department, and you're going to check, hey, are there any outstanding permits on this property located at 123 Main Street? It often happens that people pulled a permit to install a roof, but it hasn't been closed out. Or sometimes people have put on entire additions and they never pulled a permit. You want to have that knowledge, and if there are permits that are not closed out, you certainly owe it to yourself to have those closed out prior to closing so that that liability for those permits is not yours after closing. You're also going to contact the local assessor in the municipality where you're buying to ask them, what is the tax status of this property? And after I buy it, what are my likely taxes to be if that's important to you? They'll be able to share that information readily with you. When you're out checking out the neighborhood during your due diligence period, hopefully you can walk around. One of the best possible things that could happen is you could bump into one of the neighbors, and particularly a neighbor who likes to chat. And you can ask, how do you like the neighborhood? What's going on? And if you're really lucky, you'll get the person in the neighborhood who knows everything about everybody, and they can give you a little bit of information about what's really happening here. And that's really kind of the soft details of buying a home that you really owe it to yourself to know what's going on here. Buying a new home is a huge commitment. Don't forget about all of those soft details in your due diligence period, and don't just focus on the building. You need to make sure that the entire experience is something that you want to be involved with. That's what we have for you today about the due diligence period and inspections. If you have further questions, call me, call us, text us, email us, or check out the other YouTube videos that we have.